Good morning, everyone. This is Lisa Lashendro. I am one of the annuity directors, marketing directors here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. And I certainly want to thank everybody for their time and joining us today. I know we have a quite the crowd here, so I appreciate everyone that has registered, that showed up. And for those that don't have time or need to get off the phone, don't worry. We will be recording this webinar and I will be getting a recorded version over to you as well. But you'll definitely want to hear what Miss Rochelle Wolf has to say. She is the COO of SOFA. SOFA is an organization, stands for the Society for Financial Awareness, and we're going to get into the goodies on that. But for those of you that have not worked with IAMS before, I do want to kind of introduce IAMS to you, the IAMS family to you, what we do, and how we find how producers find a lot of value in working with us. So I'm going to go over a couple of things about IAMS, and then I'm going to shoot it over to Rochelle. And before I start, Rochelle, I do want to thank you again for taking the time to be with us this morning and share this amazing program with our producers.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. All right, so if I can get my screen to work, there we go. Well, starting out right out of the gate, I'm going to talk to you about our new producer builders program. So we want you to grow your production and we want you to, find value in growing that production. And we want to put some cash or help back in your pocket for writing that business here with us. And we do that by when you get contracted the first 180 days, you can hit a certain level and then get reimbursed by whether it's mailers, whether it's cash. Maybe you like, well, a year ago, people liked trips, but things have changed. Um, so to give you an example, you hit $100,000 in premium. It doesn't matter what kind of premium. It could be life, it could be annuities, and you automatically apply, qualify for $750 in cash, or maybe it's an iPad or a mailer. And then it just keeps going up as the more premium that you write. So if you hit the 250 level, you're looking at 100 or the 1,500 gift card, Visa gift card, same as cash. $1 million level, you can see it just keeps going up. Now, don't let these options scare you off. If there is something else that would be more helpful for you, Steve Murray, our president, is very much so open to new ideas and things that are helpful, because the whole point of this new producer builder program is to help you grow your business. So want to make sure that you're aware of that. You guys love getting referrals. Well, guess what? So do we. We do have a nice producer referral program as well. You get $50 right out of the gate for your first time when you refer agents and they contract with us, and then another $100 when they write their first piece of business, and it just keeps going up from there. So if you have any questions on this program, definitely don't hesitate to let one of your annuity marketers know, or give me a call. I'll be happy to go over it with you as well. Next, I want to talk about the value of IAMS. Our back office support, the whole purpose of us bringing in amazing folks that have been doing this for years and an expert have expertise to what they do, is simply because we want you guys out there doing what you do best, and that's selling. We don't need you on the phone on hold for an hour with a carrier to get a status on an application. Let us take that off your hands. So our back office support is fantastic and phenomenal when it comes to getting cases pushed through and pushed through quickly. We want you to get your commissions as fast as possible so you can move on to the next case, help you get those, numbers rolling and apps in and cases paid. So, I mean, that's what we're all kind of here to do, right? It's not community service, it's a job, it's a business. So our back office support, if you've ever worked with them before, I'm sure you can agree, they are phenomenal. Next, I want to make sure I introduce our website to you, www.imsinc.com. On this website, you have all sorts of different tools that you can use, anywhere from term quoters to um, annuity rate watch type programs that'll help you narrow down what product or would be a best fit for your client. We can help you with those things. We'll run your illustrations for you. We'll do all that. You can get forms. Take a look at all of the webinars that we've done. If you go into training and webinars, you can see all the webinars if you've missed one or two here that you are interested in looking at again. So I encourage everybody to go on there, register on our IAMSinc.com. Once you're registered and contracted with us, then you'll have access to Firelight. Firelight is one of the best e-app solutions out there. On Firelight, we have a ton of our carriers on there. We're constantly adding them as they come aboard. And so this is just a highlight of some of the carriers that we have on there. Of course, this is a little outdated, I would say, because we've added a ton more. But if you don't see a carrier on there or have any questions, definitely let us know. We'll be happy to answer those for you. Next, working with IAMS, you have our creative marketing solutions. Our creative team is phenomenal when it comes to being just that, and that's creative. To give you an example, maybe a webinar or seminars isn't a good fit for every agent out there. Maybe they don't like to get in front of folks, and now we have quite the battle and getting in front of folks with COVID. But what we'll do is we'll literally, take a 30 minutes, 45 minutes to talk with you, see what you've done in the past, see what you liked, see what you didn't like, and just gather a lot of intel on your business. And then we take that back to our creative team and they come up with actual solutions. Maybe it's just a banner on your website that needs to be crisped up a little bit. Maybe it's revamping your logo. Maybe it's helping you with other marketing ideas, postcards, when's a good time to send them, all of that. We take a very, very close look to all of that and we come up with solutions for you. And that's our creative team. So definitely want to talk to your marketer about having those discussions and seeing if there's something sitting out there that we might recommend that you try out. Next, we have IAMS. IAMS does Medicare. We do life and obviously annuities. But we also have our IAMS Wealth Management team. And basically what happened is years ago, Steve and Charles, they thought, what else could we add to to our organization that would be a one-stop shop and help our agents be able to utilize everything with IAMS. And so we brought in IAMS Wealth Management. That's going to be for those that, might need some help with the securities aspect of the business. So don't hesitate to reach out to our guys over there and they'd be more than happy to chat with you. And with that, Rochelle, I hope I didn't take too much of the time there with that introduction,
Oh, not
but
at all.
I want to make sure I give you plenty of time to go over the program that you guys have and have been so generous and partnered with IAMS on. And I will switch over the screen to you.
Alrighty.
Maybe. Wait for it. Okay.
There we
And then
go. Show my
before we get started, I'll monitor the questions. Feel free to type in a question here and there, and I'll try to interrupt Rochelle as time permits us. But if I don't get to your question, just know that I'll be following up with all of you guys either today or tomorrow and check in with you to see what other questions you have. So with that said, Miss Rochelle, I'll hand it over to you.
All right, perfect. And Lisa, are you seeing my PowerPoint up here?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. All righty. Well, thank you, Lisa, for having me today and for having SOFA. And thank you guys for taking the time out of your busy schedules to learn more about our program. Um, I'm really excited to just kind of dive in, give you a little bit of background. We'll go over some of the programs that we offer, tell you a little bit about what people have been doing now, especially during the virus. It's very important to stay busy and keep the seminar flow going. And we really have figured out the way to do that. So just getting right into it, a little bit of background. We were started back in 1993 by our CEO, Jim Chilton, who some of you may have heard from, maybe on our first webinar we did with IAMS. He's a 40-year financial advisor. He started SOFA by working with companies like Qualcomm, Sony, FBI, locally in San Diego, doing seminars for their employees. And it really just expanded from there. We're now in 48 states. We have a little over 400 members across the US. So we can offer national connectivity for a lot of these bigger companies that we work with. Just to give you an example of just a few of the thousands that we work with across the US, you will see companies like Disney, NASA, FBI, Paychex, Lockheed Martin. And the reason a lot of these companies want to work with us is because we help satisfy their ERISA 404C requirements. Now, what that means is if you have over 50 employees or you're providing benefits to your staff, you do need to at least once a year provide them with some generic education. Now, that doesn't mean having the 401k provider come in, pass out some pamphlets about the products that they offer. It does have to be generic in nature, like our topics. And I'll show you what those topics are as we get more into it here. Another place that loves to have us is our public venues. We work with colleges, libraries. We've seen those kind of slow down a little bit during this time. However, we still have colleges and libraries reaching out to us to put on a webinar where they will even market to the public on their website, put it in their newsletter. I have still seen some members, depending on the area, even booking a room and doing the social distancing, keeping the attendee size to a certain number, and they're taking advantage of doing mailers in their area. And if you do any mailers, whether you're doing maybe your own public Zoom webinar or a link where you can then market to all of the public, and you can do your mailers and you can save up to 33% on your postage just mailing out as a nonprofit. All you would have to do is make sure that your mailer is strictly educational, does not have any other for-profit logos on it, and it also will have our disclosure and our logo. As long as it meets those qualifications, you can then be eligible for nonprofit postage. Now, the first steps of our membership is to go through our training and our coaching. It is all done online, and it will only take you about an hour and a half to get through our training. But the first steps is we definitely show you how to implement SOFA into your practice. Think of some people that you know that might work somewhere that can nominate you into their HR director or into their company, with you being a member of this nationwide nonprofit that already works with these thousands of companies across the US. We'll talk to you about our compliance, the do's and don'ts, how to actually maximize a seminar once you get into the company, how to follow up with the company so that you can go back and do multiple seminars, not just one. This is designed for you to get into the company. Once you're in, that becomes yours, and you will want to go back and do repeat seminars so that you are constantly in front of their people. We offer over 30 different topics, so you definitely have the opportunity to go back and do repeat seminars. We do give you all the marketing materials that you would need. To start, we have a really nice information packet, which you would hand out to an HR if you're sitting down with them, or you can email out to any HRs. It has a really nice list of the places we've been, goes over all the topics, talks to them about ERISA. So it's a full marketing packet already put together for you. We do have the flyers and the handouts. We have over 30 different topics. We're constantly putting out new articles. We have press release templates. So if you're on your social media or if you do any email drips, you can put together a really nice press release template letting everybody know you're now a member of this nationwide nonprofit and for all your financial literacy workshops. You will also get personalized SOFA business cards. We do have posters, banners, brochures, polos for people that, we're doing in-person conferences. Now, diving into the seminar topics. This is just a few of the 30 that we offer. You probably would feel comfortable doing a handful of these topics. Our most popular one they like to start with is our Getting Fiscally Fit. We also have Exploring Your Options for a Quality Retirement, Financial Blunders, Social Security. So these are the topics that are most chosen. And we do have the PowerPoint. They are all editable. So if you did want to change, add, put in your own slide, we do just ask that if you make any changes, send it to our compliance. We'll review it just to make sure there's no selling, and then you're able to use your own material. You can't even submit in your own seminar for approval. We just have to make sure that your company logo is nowhere on it, just has the SOFA logo. We don't share your material with anyone. We just review it for compliance purposes. Now, the biggest question I always get is, okay, so what are some numbers from your seminars that you guys do at these companies? Now, for every 100 people you have at a company, you should have at least 20 to 30 people showing up to your webinar or your seminar. And then from there, 60 to 70% want a one-on-one complimentary consultation after your event. Now, the way that we do that via webinar is you can send out a survey link to everyone that registered for your webinar. The first question would be, on a scale of 1 to 10, how beneficial was this seminar for you? Number 2, put down any topics you might want me to do in the future. And 3, put down your contact info if you would like to have a complimentary one-on-one with our SOFA member. You do also have a full support staff. You can call in anytime with any questions, reports, anything you need. You do have support staff. If you would like to know where people are around you, I could pull those reports for you. We have ongoing training. So with your annual membership, you would even get one-on-one free coaching with our CEO, Jim. Now that is unlimited anytime. He will take the time out of his day to do an hour coaching call with you and use that time however you need. So that does come with your membership. Now the programs that I wanted to dive into for you is on our opportunity menu. It's our opportunity program. Now this is just a few of the 15, 16 different programs we have. We're constantly developing new things for our members. So the first one I'd like to talk about is, our promo materials. We do have the business cards, banners, shirts, pens, you name it, we can create it for you. Now, our biggest one is on getting into the companies is where we can do it all for you for just the cost of $400. We can actually build you a list. We typically start with employee sizes over 50, all professional businesses as well. And we actually will cold call or go into our pre-existing relationships and reach out to different decision makers in your area, which are usually the HR director. We will actually book the webinar for you, get the topics that you feel most comfortable doing out of our bunch, and book the date, the time, and you will do your webinar. Now, once you're into the company, again, that becomes yours. We don't schedule repeat webinars there, and you can do as many as you would like there. You're just paying us the one-time $400 to get you in the door. Now, if you want a new company, it's just one for $400. We do have a new member jumpstart package deal of two for $600, or you can all the time take advantage of three for $1,000.
And Rochelle,
We have, oh,
I want
sure.
to chime in on that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I was an agent for several years, prior to going back onto the company and wholesale and IMO side of things. And I remember how much time and money it took me to get into just small business owners. Not even to mention larger companies with 100 plus employees. $400 is nothing to get into those. If you think about all the travel and knocking on doors, dropping off business cards, phone calls, flyers, mailers. I mean, $400 to get into one of those and it's a guaranteed like you're in is nothing. So whenever I talk to any of my folks about SOFA, I mean, it's a must. If you're going to do SOFA, I mean, this is really going to be kind of the point, you know, in
Mm-hmm.
doing that, unless you already have connections and already into a company that you want to work with. But I would highlight that in the back of your brain and,
Mm-hmm.
definitely want to remember that aspect of this program.
Yeah, it's definitely our most popular and most chosen program. And it's a reason why a lot of our members even like to sign up is because everybody is always racking their brain on how they can get into companies in their area. Now, if you position them with the name of your practice and your business, chances are you're probably not going to get in. They probably get a call like that a lot. And with them getting a call from SOFA, the Society for Financial Awareness, a nonprofit that already works with maybe their company in 3 other states, like in the FBI, for example, we're in 12 of their offices across the US. Same thing with Paychecks. We offer national connectivity. And when these big name companies, when you get in one and you do well, they want to offer it to all their other offices. And we can fulfill that need. And this program really has been the differentiator for people during this time. During COVID, people are always trying to figure out, how am I going to get out there? How am I going to keep my webinars and my seminars going? And this has been the way to do it. We've got members into hospitals where webinars have actually been very beneficial for them because they have employees that work all different hours of the day, and they can't have somebody random just coming in and sitting down with all the employees doing a seminar, especially during this time. So they love the fact that we can do a webinar for them. It can be recorded. It can be emailed out to all of the employees. And we have members getting phone calls from people they've never met. They just did a recorded webinar and it got blasted out to all the employees, and they only paid $400 for that. So it is pretty huge. Next, we have our VidDrop program. This is great for anyone that is active on their website, social media, doing email drips. We have very nicely done HD 2 to 3 minute videos that can be personalized with your information at the end. We have 10 different topics. For example, we have one targeting just federal employees. So if you really want to just go after those federal employees, we have a video that's just tailored for that. At the end, it tells them to call you, email you, maybe it has your SOFA website to where everything is just, over to you. And diving into the websites, that would be our next program here called MWebs. And to give you an example is windycitysofa.org. This is a member purchased website. They had us build it for them. It's all about what they do with SOFA. Doesn't have anything about their company on it. And it's just all about what you're doing with your financial literacy. You can have your seminar calendar on there. You can have the topics that you do, a bio about yourself, just excluding your company. That's the only thing we can't have on there as a nonprofit. We can't have your company name anywhere on there. When you go into the webinars and when you're talking with people, you do make them aware of both designations. You let them know, today I am here representing SOFA. Here's my SOFA business card. But if you do choose to engage me outside of this seminar, then this is where you're going. Your for-profit, your other business card. So we do make them very aware of both designations. Now, I would actually say this is like our second biggest one, is CE SHRM. If you haven't heard of SHRM before, that stands for the Society of Human Resource Management. If you want to work with HRs, if you want to get into companies, this is also the organization to be a part of. SOFA, we are recertification providers for SHRM certified HRs. And most of the HRs across the US are affiliated or know of SHRM. HRs, they're required with SHRM to get about 62 credits every 2 years. And our members can actually purchase courses that will give these HRs 2 to 3 CE credits by just coming to your seminar. SHRM is pretty huge for us. We went to their national conferences, local conferences. Every time we went, there's about 18,000 HRs there all across the US walking through booths, and they all flock to us. We come back with over 900 people that come up over a 3-day period every single year that we go. Now, you can join as a member in your area. It's very cheap. It's under $200 a year. And then you'll know about all the local happenings with HRs in your area. They do luncheons, they do webinars and events right now. And you could be one of those events positioned in front of all these huge companies and HRs in your area. They won't charge you to put on this event. You being a member of SOFA, being a recertification provider, they want material and content like this in front of their HRs. And if you want to learn more about that, I can definitely help you, or Diana, our Director of Membership Services. We can both help you and teach you some more about SHRM if you're interested. And again, these are just a few examples of, the 15 different programs we have. But I think these are the most beneficial when you're really just getting started and getting going. There we are. Okay, so now I'd like to kind of dive into the membership and the cost. Being with IAMS, you guys already automatically get $500 off our annual membership. It's normally $2,500 a year. You guys already get $500 off. And now for the holidays, which is ending tomorrow on the 18th, because we do close for 2 weeks starting on the 18th for the holidays. Today and tomorrow only, you can get $1,500 for the year. You get locked in at that discounted price. It will not go up on you next year. And we also give you one complimentary $400 lead into a company in your area. So for $1,500, we guarantee you one company and you are already good to go for the year. And then after that, you decide, okay, if I want more companies, they're just one for $400. We have a new member package deal of 2 for $600, or you can always take advantage of 3 for $1,000. Now, if you are interested in registering and get going on this discount, all you have to do is send me an email. Let me know that you were on the IAMS webinar today. And if you would like some more information, I have kept my day today available to answer any and all of your questions. So you can reach out to me at rwolf@sofausa.org. And if you all actually want to jot down my phone number as well, my direct line, it is 858-268-7092. So, that's pretty the first full view of our membership here. Cost, programs, benefits, training. If you do have any other questions, please do give me a call. Again, I will be available to help you today. And again, I do thank you all for taking the time. I know we're coming up to the holidays. I know you guys have a very busy schedule. So I really do appreciate you taking the time to learn about SOFA today. And again, Lisa, thank you for having us. I hope you guys all found this very informative. And please give me a call.
Rochelle, thank you so much again for your time this morning. I know with you guys closing for 2 weeks and starting tomorrow, really, this is definitely going to be a busy day for you. So I do encourage everyone to take advantage of this discount. I mean, you're looking at over $1,000 in savings, and that's locked in. So if you end up being a SOFA member for the next 5 years, I mean, that's $3,000 that you're locking into, and that's if they don't increase the price on this as the popularity and the demand goes up. So, you know, talk to Rochelle or myself. We'll make sure we get you taken care of and take advantage of that discount. With that, I'm just gonna go into my screen real quick. I want to thank everybody again for being part of our webinar today. If you have any questions or anything else you want to discuss or go over the partnership with IAMS or any of that, don't hesitate to give me a call or any of your marketers or directors that you're already working with here at IAMS. That's what we're here for. We're here to answer your questions and help you grow your business. That's it. So you could reach us at 800-255-5055. And with that, Rochelle, I want to thank you again. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. I will probably speak to you after this, but
Yeah.
all of you, happy holidays. Be safe out there. And thanks again for joining. Take care, guys.